Hey, good afternoon, everybody. A big special welcome to my Aging Boldly crew. Dean Walters here, your Aging Boldly certified health coach with your Thursday thoughts for healthy aging. So hang on one second. I just want to double check. I know we're live on Facebook. I want to make sure that we're going live on YouTube. Let's see. I'm not seeing it yet. Let's see. Almost. Oh, yeah, it says we're live. So good. Okay, where was I here? Yeah, we're live on both. Good. I'm going to try to catch some of the comments today. I usually can't see them. Hopefully today, I'll be able to see them, so that's good. If you're watching me live today, or if you're catching the replay, just drop a comment below and let me know that you were here. I appreciate it. So today is going to be part 3 of my Strong Foundation series. Today we're talking about strength and how muscle equals independence. So have you ever had one of those when did that happen moments? You pick up a bag of groceries and you think, wow, boy, that feels heavier than it used to. Or you stare at a flight of stairs and thought, I used to be able to take those like 2 at a time. Or maybe you found yourself pushing yourself out of a chair and realizing it's not quite as easy as it once was. Well, here's the truth. Strength is one of those things that we don't think much about until we start losing it. Today, though, we're going to change that because strength is not about just showing off at the gym or having a beach body. It's about whether you can keep living life in your own terms. And that's why I like to say muscle equals independence. Now we're going to talk about how you can build it back at any age. So why is strength so important? Well, there's a couple of facts that you probably, you may know, but it may surprise you. And that is we start losing muscle mass as early as 30 years old and at a rate of about 3 to 8% every decade. And after 60, that loss can double to as much as like 1 to 2% of your muscle mass every year. And by the time we hit 80, most people have lost 40 to 50% of their total muscle mass. And here's why that matters. I mean, muscle is your body's engine. When it's strong, everything works better. Your balance, your energy, blood sugar, even your immune system. And studies show that people that have a higher muscle mass have a 40% lower risk of dying early. And that's huge. Now, here's a stat that really always grabs me. 1 in 3 adults over 65 will fall each year. And weak leg and core muscles are one of the top causes. So it's not just about looking fit or feeling great. It's about staying strong enough to climb the stairs, to carry your laundry, to put your carry-on in the overhead bin without help, or to lift your grandkids and live independently for as long as possible. Now, let me tell you something a little more personal. When I started rebuilding my own strength years ago, I wasn't thinking about muscles. I was just trying to be able to get up off the floor if I fell. That was after my quad ruptures. And I knew that I was going to have a terrible time trying to get up if I fell down again. So that's where it starts. Little victories. Every rep, every movement is a vote for staying capable and confident. Because the truth is, strength training is not just for athletes, it's for anybody who wants to keep doing what they love to do. So what happens when we start losing muscle? Well, getting out of a chair takes effort. We start avoiding the stairs because they make us tired. Carrying groceries or lifting luggage feels like hard labor. And because these things feel harder, we move less, which makes us even weaker. It's a vicious cycle, but it is also reversible because the human body is incredible. Even in our 70s, 80s, or 90s, muscles still respond to training. So here's a few tips, right, for building strength safely. First of all, start with what you have, okay? You don't need a fancy gym. Your body can be the best resistance machine that you'll ever know. So, doing sit to stands from a sturdy chair, and that's really more of a perfect squat when you're doing that. Doing wall push ups is great for your chest and arms. Step up on a low stair, right? Just step up and back, and add one more rep each week. So, second, then after all that, add some resistance. Once you're comfortable, grab some dumbbells or some resistance bands or get creative. You know, water bottles or soup cans, or even you take an empty milk jug, like a gallon milk jug, fill it with water. That's 8 pounds right there. So focus first on your big muscle groups, your legs by doing squats and maybe some simple lunges, your core by doing planks or seated marches or assisted push ups, your upper body, rows and presses and curls, that kind of thing. Don't worry about doing long sessions either. If you do 2 to 3 short sessions every week, just about 20 minutes, it can make a real difference, especially when you're first starting out. Okay. Third thing, fuel that whole process. And this is where nutrition plays a huge role. After 50, our muscles become less efficient as using protein. So that means we actually need more high quality protein to repair and rebuild. So you want to aim for, well, they say 25 to 30. I think it should be more. I think it should be minimum 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal. And that's roughly the amount of protein in one of our life shakes or a small chicken breast. Now you want to add in omega-3s for inflammation and plenty of water because your muscles are about 75% water. So hydration really helps them perform better. Okay, fourth, you've got to remember to recover. Your muscles get stronger after the workout, during the recovery phase. That's when they repair and rebuild. So get good sleep, stretch, give yourself grace on the days that you're sore. And the last thing is progression. Progression is power. You want to keep track of all the small wins. Maybe today you can do 8 sit to stands. Next week, 10. The week after, you're doing it with a smile, maybe. Strength training is just a metaphor for life. The more you practice pushing against resistance, the stronger you become inside and out. And there's also a big tie-in with confidence and lifestyle. So imagine what those stronger muscles are going to mean for your daily life. You can walk farther without getting tired. You can lift your grandkids or a suitcase with ease. You can travel or garden or dance or kayak without worrying about whether your body can handle it. And every time you move, you're investing in your future independence. You're saying, I am not done yet. So here's your challenge for this week. Every day, do one set of 10 sit to stands from a chair. Add one more each day. And if you want to get fancy, hold a light weight or pause halfway down, getting into the chair. You're going to be amazed at how fast you notice the difference, not just in your legs, but in your energy and in your confidence. So this was part 3 of our Strong Foundation series. Now, in the last 3 weeks, we've covered balance, flexibility, and now strength. Next week, we're going to tackle endurance, how to build energy that lasts all day long. So remember, strength equals independence, muscle equals freedom, and your effort equals your future. Because as I always say, getting older is inevitable, but feeling older, that is completely optional. So until next time, keep moving, keep strengthening, and age boldly. So I want to remind you, though, now that I think about it, my new book, Unfinished Business, The No Excuse Blueprint for Aging with Purpose, Power, and Possibilities, should be available late November. So I'm very excited about that. And if you want to be on the pre-launch list, just comment book below. And you're going to find all the information on my links, all my giveaways, my Aging Mastery group, and especially my joint and mobility course. You can find all of those on my website, agingboldly.life. let me pop that banner up there for that. Hang on. Come on, guys. Where are you? I should roll across the stage. Yeah, there it goes. Good. So hope you're going to drop in on that. Check it out. Let me know what you think. You can even book a free discovery call with me right from the website. So again, thanks for being here, being part of our incredible community. So next week, join me for part 4 of my Strong Foundation series. Again, endurance, building stamina for daily life. And as always, if this has helped you, please share it with a friend. And if you'd like to know, again, more about what I do as a health and nutrition coach and what I have to offer, just go to agingboldly.life and learn all about it. So until next time, remember, you're in charge of your health. So age boldly, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.